Our friends in the US are really stressed right now. There's so much division, so much anxiety, so much uncertainty, and it's really hard to watch. And it's really hard to watch from afar, especially when we have so many friends and our family and our kids and our grandkids there.
There are so many lessons from the way of life here that could be really helpful for everybody, regardless of where you are.
So we're going to share some of the things that we've seen here that might help our friends. Hi, I'm Cliff.
And I'm Cheryl.
And this is Closer to Happy.
We recently relocated to Spain to design a better life, and so far it's going great.
It is. And we have some lessons that we've learned that we're going to share with you.
Lesson 1, time is not a scarce resource. In the US, you optimize every minute. You multitask, you chase productivity, and you even socialize strategically. And no matter what we were doing, we were always thinking ahead to whatever our next task was, which is not the way to live your life.
The first time I saw this statue of the goddess Shiva with all her hands, I thought, man, that's a multitasker. I should become Hindu. I think I misinterpreted the statue at that point.
You totally did. It had
did.
nothing to do with that.
Well, you see things from your own perspective. But the fact is, everyone was doing this, like we were all, like, there was badges of honor for how late you could work and if you could stay up all night and if you could get, 10 jobs done in the time it would take to do 3. And that's obviously, we all know that's not the way to live, but it was a game and we were in it and the adrenaline was high. It was kind of fun at the time. But after a certain amount of years and decades, that can really start taking its toll on you and your family.
And I think we were trained from a really early age that in order to have value in our society, you have to be productive at all times. So we were trained by our clients. We were trained by the culture. We were trained by society overall to always be moving and producing.
Earn your keep, It's almost like you felt like, I have to do this, or like I'm not allowed to be here. I have to do this much work in order to have the value that I need in the world. That is a really unhealthy thing. And you get what you accept. And if you start having clients that are demanding crazy hours of you and you start delivering that, if you do a miracle, you become known for your miracles. And this is really what our agency was all about. Getting stuff done in a shorter amount of time, better, faster, and not necessarily cheaper, better and faster than anyone else. And it got us a name, but we accepted so much behavior that became toxic for us.
In Europe overall, and Spain specifically, things just move at a different pace. Now, that is a huge generalization. I am sure that in Barcelona or Madrid, things move much faster for a lot of people.
Well, we've done a lot of work in Madrid and Barcelona, and it was very much just like us there.
Yeah, it just felt like us in Spain. But overall, especially where we are now, things move at a different pace, and people are not driven to be productive 24/7. When they are being productive, which they certainly are, they're doing it with focus and with intention. And when they are not, when they're taking time off to relax, be with family, be present, catch their breath, they're fully in that moment. And I think the takeaway for us is if we had slowed down even 10%, we probably would have been 50% happier.
So try taking a couple of minutes between tasks, Leave your phone home when you go for a walk. Instead of a to-do list, make a to-be list and just be present a little more often, because when we've started trying to do those things, it's really made a difference in our lives.
Judging your day by how it felt rather than what you accomplished is going to be a really big shift. It has been for us.
Lesson 2, rest is not laziness. In the US, from a very early age, you're taught that rest equals laziness. When we first came to Spain, we didn't quite understand this, but they build rest into the rhythm of their lives. They take Sundays off. They enjoy long lunches. They have dinner with their families, right?
Yeah.
It's really something that they've mastered that we from the United States have yet to learn, and they get just as much done here as we do there. Some of my best creative ideas and best business ideas came when I was not working, but I was taking a shower or walking along the beach or riding my bike. Those were the best ideas that I've ever had, always came when I was out doing something that was calming me down and giving me pause and a way to listen to what's coming in as opposed to the noise of just busyness.
Hot tip, take more showers.
Your wife's been trying to tell you that for a while.
Actually, all my best ideas come in the shower. I'm sure that happens to you too.
She really wanted to invent something that you could just leave in the shower, that you could take all your business notes while you're showering. This was one of the multitasking ideas that are
It was a good idea, though. It was a good idea.
You're giving into the multitasking.
I can't help it.
Yeah.
Right. So look, you don't have to meditate for an hour every day, but you know what? Sometimes it's just enough to take 3 deep breaths and pause and have that be enough. Our observation has been that people in Spain are just as productive. They just do it on completely different terms. And it's not all about money. And yes, I know you're going to say, yeah, people in Spain earn a lot less, but you know what? Everything costs less. Healthcare, housing, and stress recovery, right? People have far less stress-related illnesses than they do in the U.S. So what's that trade-off?
It's a difference in priorities, you know? They just put life a little bit ahead of accumulation of money.
Rest isn't the opposite of productivity. It's really the thing that allows you to be more creative and have more joy in your life. Lesson 3, community is medicine. In the US, the importance of community has really fallen by the wayside. There is a huge epidemic of loneliness that spans across all ages, and it's creating a lack of connection, an inability to build social skills, and a massive overconsumption of social media.
I'm guilty of this, and I still do this. I text people sometimes when I just want to get a message across and check a box on my to-do list and not necessarily get on a phone call. We don't always have time to have long phone calls with people, and that's a very efficient way of doing it, you know?
Wait a minute. Were you doing that with me?
Anyway, what we've found is that in Spain, community is built into everyday life. You know, they greet each other, they shop together, they sit and talk together, they have coffee together. It's just part of life here.
Yeah, and it's just, even when you go to the market, right, you'll see people having conversations and connecting. It's completely different. Because things move at a different pace, there isn't that harried, like, must go on to the next thing.
And you know what I've noticed, and I just saw this the other day in a coffee shop, everybody looks at each other more. Everybody looks at you. Like the waiter in this coffee shop kept checking in with me and making sure I was okay and like really paying attention to what was happening with me, not for the money, because they don't work for the tips here. He was doing it because he knew who I was because I'd been there before. He remembered me because he paid attention, and we had a little bit of a humanity moment there. And I love that. That happens all the time here.
It does. And I love it too. It's one of my favorite things about Spain, and maybe Europe overall.
Yeah.
We're picking up the phone and talking to people instead of just texting.
Oops.
Like Cliff.
I don't know where you got that.
And instead of just sending a Slack, we're taking walks with friends and having conversations. And I think just overall prioritizing community. Go have that drink with your friend instead of staying home and playing video games.
And that's part of what our friends are stressed out about in the US. They're not getting together because they feel divided. And I think we need to reach each other and go out together, and no matter where you stand on any issues that are happening, just be a human to a human.
Lesson 4, food slows you down in the best way possible. When I was working, I used to get up, meditate, exercise, and then I would go drive to work, stopping at Starbucks, eat a breakfast sandwich in the car while driving and putting my makeup on. Oh, and guess what? I had a conference call going in the background, inevitably.
Do not try this at home. This is not good.
when I was having those mornings, which was almost every morning, I really wasn't even tasting my food. And obviously, it wasn't a healthy choice of food to begin with.
I used to fantasize about having an IV drip with all my vitamins so I wouldn't have to stop and eat. Isn't that twisted? I definitely was guilty of not stopping and enjoying food and not stopping and enjoying life, honestly. And my kids were instrumental in getting me to at least pay attention to this. We were at a restaurant one day and I was on my phone because I was in the middle of a big job and I was just keeping an eye on it. And one of my kids said, "Dad, you're not here with us. You're like doing that." And I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry guys, I'm just doing this thing." And they really had like an intervention moment. They said, "You do this all the time and you're not with us." And it really, the way they said it, I don't remember the exact words, but it was a light that went on in my head like, oh my God, this is a moment that I'm missing with my kids. I literally changed the way I behaved during meals with my kids from that point on a lot. It really changed a lot. I mean,
we still slipped. The contrast here is that we notice that people really savor their meals, they savor their time. They take that break in the afternoon to maybe go eat lunch with the family, and they take, 2 hours to do it instead of 15 minutes doing it while they're answering emails. And again, generalization, I'm sure not everybody has the time to do that, but we see it more often than not.
So if you have kids, eat together. And if you don't, treat yourself like someone worth slowing down for.
I think the payoff will be immense.
So what does this all mean? You don't have to move to Europe to figure out how to live life differently. You can start doing that right now. No matter what you're in the middle of, it's up to you.
I think you just have to decide that you deserve a little more peace.
Because you do. We didn't move here to escape. We moved here to experience something new and to learn how to do life in a different way. And what does this all mean? That you don't have to relocate in order to start living life differently. You could do it exactly where you are and just take a moment, take a pause. Don't send a text, make a phone call. Go sit with a friend and have a meal. Take some pauses and see how your life shifts, because it really is powerful when you make even a little change in your life.
We're still learning and unlearning a lifetime of bad habits, but every day I feel like it's moving us a little bit closer to happy.
Ciao.
Wow.